Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something really special, a story of hope for anyone living with chronic pain. It's all based on a remarkable new study out of Brazil published in the prestigious journal Frontiers in Pharmacology. And trust me, it offers so much more than just data. It really offers a new path forward.
Just listen to this. This is a quote from one of the study's participants, and it perfectly captures the heart of what we're talking about today. It's a journey, right? From a life completely defined by limitations to one full of renewed possibility. And this isn't just one person's story. It speaks to a massive global health crisis that hits women particularly hard. And it's a crisis where conventional medicine often just falls short. And that is precisely why this new research is so incredibly important. All right. So to really get this, we first have to understand the sheer scale and impact of chronic pain. And believe me, it's so much more than just an ache that won't go away.
The key term here is biopsychosocial. And what that really means is that this isn't just a biological problem in your body. It's this complex condition that weaves itself into the psychological and social fabric of your life, affecting literally everything.
So get this, in Brazil, where this study took place, the prevalence of chronic pain can be as high as 41.4%. That's a huge number. And consistently, study after study shows it's women who are carrying the heavier burden.
And that burden, wow, it creates this devastating ripple effect. We're talking about the depression that follows the pain, the lost days at work, the strain it puts on relationships, and the simple inability to just enjoy life. The costs are immense, both for the person and their family.
So, all of this leads to a really frustrating reality for so many people. The usual path to getting relief is often just a dead end.
The standard playbook, what's called the three-step analgesic ladder from the World Health Organization, which even includes strong opioids, it just doesn't work for everyone. Patients are often left with pain, really difficult side effects, and the very real risks that come with long-term opioid use.
And that is exactly why this new study is so exciting, so important. It explores a patient-centered approach that totally challenges the status quo.
So here's the rundown. It's a real-life report from Brazil, focusing on 29 women with all sorts of chronic pain conditions. And what they investigated was full-spectrum cannabis extracts. But the way they did it, that's the truly unique part. Okay, now this is the part that is so disruptive, it's almost magical. These quality-controlled, standardized extracts, they didn't come from some giant pharmaceutical company. They came from civil societies, organizations founded and led by patients themselves. Think about that. It's a model built from the ground up, driven by pure necessity and community, and it completely challenges the paradigm of where medicine is supposed to come from. And the treatment itself, just as revolutionary. There was no standard dose. This was a deeply collaborative process, like a dance between the physician and the patient. They'd start with just a few drops, then carefully adjust the dosage over weeks, based entirely on how the patient was feeling, until they both agreed, this is it. This is the right dose. So, what happened? What were the results of this incredibly personalized, community-driven approach? Well, as you're about to see, the outcomes were, honestly, they were nothing short of extraordinary.
Just look at this. 100%, every single patient reported pain relief. Not one person was left behind. Nearly 60% saw a considerable improvement, and the other 41% saw a moderate one. In a field where any improvement is a victory, this is absolutely stunning.
And this slide just lays it all out. The complete transformation. Think of it as the before and after. It wasn't just about turning down the volume on pain. It was about moving from a life of constant pain and distress to one of relief, well-being, and getting back to daily life with less medication and finally, some good sleep.
But wait, there's more. The benefits didn't just stop with pain relief. This treatment created this powerful, positive ripple effect that touched really every single part of these women's lives. I mean, look at these numbers. The improvements were across the board. Almost 90% of those with sleep issues started sleeping better. 86% felt a lift from that sadness and melancholy. Distress, motor impairment, even cognitive problems, all saw huge improvements. This was truly holistic healing.
And this number, this is a big one. Of the patients who were already taking other painkillers when they started, 2/3, that's 66%, were able to either cut back or stop taking them altogether. That's a tangible, life-changing reduction in their medication burden.
And the healing didn't just stop with the patient. It radiated outwards.
As these women got their lives back, it transformed their families. The researchers even called it a healthier and happier coexistence. It just goes to show, when one person heals, the whole family feels that relief.
Okay, so let's zoom out. What's the big takeaway from this incredible study? What does it all really mean?
Well, first off, this study is just this beautiful, real-world example of personalized medicine in action. It proves that the most effective treatment isn't always a standardized protocol, but one that actually listens to and adapts to the individual person.
And it proves that this new model has global relevance, a model where amazing, high-quality treatments can come directly from patient-led communities. This gives so much more power and so many more options to both doctors and patients.
Ultimately, this research matters because it champions a patient-first approach. It demonstrates a path away from over-medication. It elevates the role of these amazing community organizations, and it offers tangible, specific hope to women who have been suffering for far too long.
So this study leaves us with this one really profound question to think about. What if the future of treating pain isn't found in a standardized pill, but in the simple, radical act of truly listening to the patient's story? What if it's a collaborative journey, not just a prescription?